Ladies and gentlemen, are we live? Are we live? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm, of course, yours truly, the one and only Coin Baron. And today it's Thursday. That means it's the weekly midweek update. Every Thursday, 9 p.m. Amsterdam time, we're live on YouTube. And guys, why are you so bearish? We just created a new all-time high. Well, not for crypto, but a new all-time high for gold. Gold was trading for $4,300 US. And I want to start with this by really showing that there is still appetite for investments. Currently, guys, if you go online, take a look at gold stores, you can see rows and rows of people lining up for gold, silver. I've also maybe heard uranium, palladium. Guys, there is still definitely appetite for investments. However, not yet it seems for cryptos, because cryptos are down, feeling very down. So today I want to ask you guys to strap in, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But a bumpy ride that we kind of predicted. In many videos in the last week and also on Twitter. So do check me out at the Coin Baron. We've been talking about this specific chart here. I've been using this overlay, this 2021 overlay, for quite some time already. And basically we've been following this uptrend. However, where we are now, it literally mimics what happened in 2021. Literally mimics, guys. I have a hard time saying it other than this, right? Because it follows it exactly. We have a dump. You can see the dump here. We go down minus 30%. Yeah, of course, got a way lower wick, but we'll talk about the daily closes. Then we go up again. We go up about 20%. And we're going to retest the low. So far, we're still setting a higher low. But I think we might even be able to set a bit of a lower low. The next 2 days will be interesting. I think we will see maybe 2, 3, maybe the rest of the week we'll see some more red numbers, red figures. But I think soon we might be able to actually go in the up-only mode. And I want to point you guys toward gold. Gold is looking absolutely parabolic. And this exact chart here that you see for gold is actually quite interesting, because what we can see here is basically a breakout of a bit of a cup and handle pattern. You can see, right, where you have the cup and we have the handle, and it requires 1, 2, 3, basically 4 touches on this trend line before we had a breakout of this pattern. This, by the way, started all the way in 2011. But let me show you the total free, because the total free for crypto basically shows you something very, very similar. Let me go to weekly, because we have to go all the way back. So far, we have had a few touches. We see 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4, probably the next one. If we're going to get a next one, of course, there's no given. That might be very interesting. But so far, guys, this is really interesting. We are now exactly at 1 trillion for the total crypto market, excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. Some purists would say, by the way, that I should also exclude USDC and USDT, but I think the total free is a good indicator. Welcome, guys. I see Cosmin. I see Smelsius. I see VDG. Johnny. Snake Eye. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Do you think we might see a 5-cent crow? I don't think in the very short term, Shuba. I don't think so. Welcome, guys. How are you? Are you feeling bearish? Because I see a lot of bearish people in the chat, because they didn't expect a drawdown back to like about 14 or 15 cents. Smalsius. Coin Baron, are you holding or selling Crow? I am holding. I haven't sold a single Crow yet. And I think the next question is, I think, a good one, because that's also the reason why I haven't sold a single Crow yet. When will Trump media start buying Crow? And Trump Media, they already bought some CRO. But the treasury company, Make Cronos Great Again, hasn't bought a single CRO yet. No. Guys, Make Cronos Great Again, MCGA, the treasury company, isn't approved yet by the SEC. If anyone wondering, you can go take a look at mcga.com. mcga.com. Trump Media Group CRO strategy. This has not yet been converted into the new company. You can also see, well, the ticker has been changed. Only the ticker. The company is still called Yorkville Acquisition Corp. This will change into Trump Media Group CRO strategy after the approval of the business combination by the SEC. And the SEC, ladies and gentlemen, it's very unfortunate, but the SEC is closed. It's closed because we see continuous squabble between the Democrats in the US and also the Republicans. And who am I to judge? But guys, really, from a European point of view, it is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous that the government can be closed. Guys, I really fix this. This is honestly unacceptable. It's pausing so many parts of the economy, not only in the US, but also I would say worldwide. And I don't really care about the worldwide effect. I really care more about also the US economy, because I've heard figures that every week that the US has a shutdown, it costs them about 0.1% of the total, how's it called? The total growth. I lost the name for it. But it's, guys, it's bad. Fix it, Trump. Fix it. Fix it. It's really no excuse there. And besides, by the way, besides Trump Media Group CRO strategy, GDP, that's the one. We have a similar thing, Star Fox in Europe, we call it the BBP. BBP. Hey, how's life, Peter? Anyway, so this is not yet been approved. Has not yet been approved, and therefore also no actual buys have yet been made. No actual buys have been made. Can I see it over here somewhere? Not yet. I think you can read it more about it here, guys. So you can see expected funding for the digital asset treasury will consist of $1 billion in CRO, about 6 billion CRO tokens, but also, and this is also quite huge, $200 million in cash and $220 million in cash in mandatory exercise warrants. So this is a must buy. They have to buy once the deal has been closed with the SEC. And next to that, they also got the 5 billion equity line. This is actually quite huge, guys, and because this is still not approved. Starfox is saying the reverse chart overlay is actually pretty wild. Almost pencil trace of 2021. It is. And guys, I'm gonna be very honest here. It can also be a bit worse. It can be a bit worse. We've been to about 14.8 earlier. We can go a bit lower, maybe 14.5. I don't think we'll be there for long though. 2 days, 3 days. But the big question, of course, guys, I've been talking about this many times. Welcome, guys. Robert, Desmond as well. Good to see you guys. S&P today is going down. S&P is going down a little bit. This is a small red weekly candle. Today, we had some bad news about Hamas and Trump again tweeting. Trump also tweeted about a meeting with Putin, so that's good news. That's good news for the markets. But Bitcoin is the one to watch. And on the weekly for Bitcoin, there was one chart that I want you guys to be aware of. There's one growth line for Bitcoin that we basically have been trusting since 2024. More than 1.5 years at this point. So you can see we basically topped out here. But since then, we every time have been basically bouncing or getting some resistance at this line. So it's going to be quite crucial to see what we will do this week. The week's not over yet, guys. On Sunday, we'll have the weekly close live stream. But now we are below it. Now we're below it. That means no bounce yet. We have seen a lot of beautiful bounces so far. And also sometimes a bit of a fake out. You can see here a weekly close below it, but also the next one, we already went right back above it. So maybe we'll get a fake out here. That's also a potential possibility. But overall, we've been respecting this line. So I want to really see where we end the week. Of course, guys, it's super volatile. So somebody might think, well, but we're almost going into the weekend. Weekends are also volatile. But there's also one good thing, guys. There's one good thing about this, and I'm going to go a bit more in the chat. Welcome, Keegan. Need to strap in. It is volatile, isn't it, Keegan? When do you think it gets approved for the buys, Mr. Coin Baron? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how long. I don't know how long Trump and the Democrats and the Republicans are going to be in a lockdown or shutdown. I think it can be quite a long time. They might go for a record. Will the shutdown be resolved before the end of the year? That's, I think, the really good question. Everything crypto sold, everything. I mean, he can always have his own opinion. He can have his own opinion, of course, guys. But I don't think it is over yet. You can check a video I made yesterday. Specifically about why I don't think it is over yet. There are actually quite a few people that do not believe, like analysts I trust. Like, for example, Benjamin Cabin. He's predicting a new all-time high for Ethereum to come. But what are we talking about? I completely lost my train of thought here. Bitcoin. Oh yeah, I want to show you quickly my Twitter, because there is a worst case scenario where we're still going to recover. And guys, again, do follow me at the Coin Baron on Twitter, because I do sometimes post things there, a bit quicker. And if you have questions also, don't forget to follow me on my, how's it called? On the Discord. This, by the way, was also quite interesting. And I pretty much agree with this also. There's quite a lot of support here in this zone. But this wasn't the one I was talking about. This, by the way, is also, there's a pretty big account actually on 2 million followers on X. Tweeting about CRO here. I think it's this one, yeah. This tweet here. So I will just quickly show you the chart here, because this is the max pain scenario. This is the max pain scenario where we're still going to continue bull run. What we have here to the right is the VPVR, the volume profiles. The visual volume profiles. Basically, this big line, this middle big line, is where we see the most volume throughout the last weeks. So at about 97k, we have seen a lot of volume for Bitcoin specifically. Sometimes we go back to the VPVR zone, and that is currently at about 97k. So maybe we'll we go back to the downward zone here of Bitcoin, of this broadening wedge. We can say this is the megaphone pattern, because we have re-entered the megaphone pattern, ladies and gentlemen. We might also bounce then. I think we'll see a bounce, especially after a big drop. We'll probably see a bounce. And then we have also this next VPVR line at about 105. A lot of volume at about this, guys. But also, I would say this is the max pain scenario. There's also a scenario that we don't go anywhere lower than this, because we also have a lot of historical support and resistance at about 107 for Bitcoin specifically, and we just went to 107. We also, I want to show you this quickly, the Bitcoin futures. We have the Bitcoin futures as well. And we fill the CME gap. We fill the CME gap here on the daily. You can see, right? So there is no CME gap over here anymore. We still do have a CME gap at about here. At about one... No, this one has been filled. This is a gap here at about 116. We created a new gap last weekend. So we also have to fill this one still. 116, 117. But I think we also have one left at about 104. I think it's this one. No. Not entirely aware, guys, where it is. But sometimes we go back to these CME gaps. So we have one we just filled. We have a new one over here. And we have one more, I think, over here as well. So maybe we're going to go down also to this level. So if we follow that max pain scenario, we basically tick all the boxes for a good liquidity grab and then a move to the upside. That's a bit of hopium here, but also what can happen. So I tweeted about this. I tweeted about this as well. If this happens, if CRO Bitcoin remains intact, 14 cents is a level to watch. Otherwise, you could shortly see 11 cents. So this is basically my thought here for the short term. Longer term, well, guys, the time is ticking. I'm not going to lie. The time is ticking now. We're getting into overtime. We're getting into overtime now. Q4 is where we're going to top. Where exactly, I don't know. Where exactly, I don't know. Hey, Coin Baron. I've been trying to scrape some funds to buy the dip. I hope you bought a little bit at about 7 cents, sir. Welcome. Good to see you, Kevin. I got a feeling that CRO will explode when nobody will expect it to happen. I believe it will surprise everyone and it will get a huge hype. I think we will see. We need to see like altcoins recover. I want to see altcoins recover, and if we do so, I think Cronos is definitely one of the candidates that can have an explosion, because we also had one already. We had a big explosion not that long ago. With a big explosion not so long ago, so I think it's very likely that we might revisit one of those levels. Castineras, welcome. Any word on CRO, sir? What's your opinion of what's about to come next? Well, I'm still bullish. I haven't sold a single CRO yet. I made a few more videos about this exact topic, bullish or bearish, so you can check it out if you want. Overall take is I still think we can go higher. I think it's more likely that we go higher. If you're asking about probabilities, for me personally, like I don't give any financial advice, but my personal take, I think there's an 80% chance we will go higher. And I think there's a 20% chance we will go lower. 20% chance. Atrophy Gaming, sir. Welcome. Good to see you. The real question is, how big should our loaded lion bags be? Cronos is the best altcoin. We should be promoting all activity on Cronos. I'm getting more and more bullish about the overall Cronos chain. Mr. Trophy Gaming. I am quite okay with loaded. I have a bag myself of loaded line. It's definitely a high risk, high reward play. But I'm gonna talk about this in a future video. But I think this can be used. What will come here? Where is it? This here. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow in a video. Big news! Crypto.com is exploring DEX/DeFi integration directly inside the Blue app, talking about the main app of Crypto.com. So what they did, I couldn't see this, apparently it was only available in the US. They're going to potentially add decentralized exchange trading within the Crypto.com app. And they actually had a bit of a survey there. Apparently, guys, if you open the app, if you get your phone, it might be there. So open your phone. Open the Crypto.com app. Oh, by the way, first click the like button. Click the like button first. Thank you very much. Click the like button. Then open the Crypto.com app and go click on the bell icon in the top right. Then you might see something like this. Giovanni is saying there also is a gap at about 92k. Ooh, 92k. That would be super low. Possible. Highcoin Baron has his last week changed to a CRO prediction now. Maybe start earlier. Nothing changed, sir. Nothing changed yet. As I mentioned, right? Let's go back. So I wanna go back to this, right? Why hasn't anything changed? Why hasn't anything changed? Why hasn't anything changed? It all goes back to this overlay. Like, I didn't expect this to happen. I didn't expect this to happen, but it also was a bit of a surprise because we had the news of the treasury company make Cronos great again. I think fundamentally still we should be higher than where we are now because we know this treasury company is coming. Ooh, and I think we just created. We're now setting a bit of a lower low, guys. We're dropping to 1470. But let's get back to the overall story, right? So I was waiting for this to play out. So this was a bit of a lucky surprise. But I did know that we also probably should see a bit of a downward wick or downward move. This was excessive, right? This was excessive only due to massive liquidity cascading. I think this really should be seen as a black swan. This shouldn't typically happen. Having said that, though, going forward, guys, I would make sure you are prepared for a scenario like this where we see massive cascading effects really due to leveraged liquidations. I think going forward, we'll see more and more leverage in the system. Every cycle, we'll see more. Every cycle. So going forward, prepare yourself for potentially the worst outcome. But going back, right, so this, I think what we are experiencing now feels especially painful because we had this. But if we remove this part here, we just take a look at this here. It's still quite good, isn't it? I also want to remind yourselves that, like, we're still quite a bit up from the lows. That one guy that bought CRO at about 7 cents is now up about almost 200%. Well, about 100% at this point. And I think the majority of you guys are still in profit. I'm not sure, actually. Let me ask this quickly. Let me create a poll. And by the way, guys, the price prediction video, we talked about this. If we could get 200 likes on the live stream, we would release it on Wednesday. Unfortunately, we didn't get 200 likes. So let's try it again. I will lower the bar. If we can get 150 likes, we'll release next Wednesday the price prediction video for everyone. Cosmin is saying my average is 5 cents. Let me add it in, guys. 79 viewers, welcome. Are you in profit? Are you in profit? Okay, question is really simple, guys. I don't need to know your average per se. Of course, you can always share. Well, this is an anonymous poll. Are you still in profit with CRO? Yes or no? Yes or no? What's up, Crush? Squeezing the new CRO investors. Typical. What new CRO investors? I think we have seen very little inflow of new investors. Seeing that we have seen very little retail yet enter the market. Bitcoin, guys, is back at about 108. Back at about 108. Overall, guys, my plan hasn't changed. Like, I honestly, I don't get all the emotions you guys have. Like, I just took a cold shower because I think it's always important to not, get too greedy. Was it maybe a mistake of mine to not sell a bit here? Well, guys, I'm I'm talking about way higher targets. So why should I be selling? Well, like, okay, you might have a trading bag, right? But I typically don't have a true trading bag like that. Me, myself, average costed about 10.5 cents. Not bad, isn't it? Still in profit, sir. Well done. There are no what ifs, though, Mr. Me, myself. There are no what ifs. You missed the opportunity to sell here, but it doesn't mean it's all lost, right? It doesn't mean it's all lost. Let me quickly check, though, what's the result of the poll. So far, 80% of the audience is still in profit with this euro token. I am curious, though, for the people that have been voting no. Are you a recent buyer, or are you, if you want to share in the chat, are you a recent buyer, or have you been holding on for a long time? Have been holding on for a long time. For anyone just joining in, we kind of expected something like this to happen, right? We expected one final dip to occur before we might get up only. And it makes sense, right? Because we dump and we go up like crazy. Not only CRO, also Bitcoin went up quite a bit. Bitcoin had actually quite, if you go back to Bitcoin specifically, actually quite wonderful what Bitcoin has done. Bitcoin went down, went to about 116, and then we dumped again. So volatile. Some people might say, by the way, this is a dead cat bounce, because it's all over now. I would make the argument, guys, that we're still above 100k, so nothing is truly broken in the cycle. So for anyone wondering, what's like, when is the bear case going to come into play? Because I think, guys, there should be always an open mind. There should always be an open mind. Welcome, John. Welcome, Chris. Barry's as well. What we're talking about. When is the bear case coming into play? Go to the 50 week. Go to the 50 week. And open the 50, open the weekly chart and open the 50 week. The 50 week is, I should change the color here. Let me quickly change the color. Let's make it, what's your guys' favorite color? Shall we, yeah, okay, this is a fine color. If we dip below this line here, then we might be getting into the bearish territory for Bitcoin. If we close here for at least 2 weeks, I'm calling in the bear market, and I am going to change my teasers. Only then I might change my teasers. Having said that, though, if typically when we see Bitcoin top, only then we do often see Bitcoin dominance tumble. So typically after Bitcoin has topped, we also see Bitcoin dominance change direction. And I still think that the most likely outcome for Bitcoin dominance specifically is that we're still, by the way, basically creating a red weekly candle for, okay, it's flipping now. It's green, red, whatever. It's break even. It's break even now. At some point, I do believe, guys, this is going to change direction. And then we might see a true altcoin season. I think it's so similar to what we've seen in the past. So I think it's strange to see anything different there. Oh, there is a meeting, yeah. Giovanni saying there's a FAT meeting on the 28th and the 29th of October. Are those going to continue? I have no clue, actually. Are those going to continue? Oh, and also, that's actually a good point. Thank you for bringing it up, Giovanni. So, guys, have you heard about the news coming from Jerome Powell? Have you guys heard about the news? If not, let's talk about it. Let's talk about Jerome Powell's news. Welcome, guys. Gold created a new all-time high, ladies and gentlemen, so don't be too bearish. Don't be too bearish, guys. Jerome Powell news. There we go. There we go, guys. This is absolutely big news, so strap in for this one. And don't forget to hit the like button. So here we got the news, which is macroeconomically very bullish for risk assets. Fed Powell, Jerome Powell, suggests tightening program could end soon. Opens door for rate cuts. This is huge, guys. Quantitative tightening, what he's talking about here, is the opposite of printing. Instead of printing more and more money, we bring more and more money into the economy, we're actually contracting the economy. We're buying up treasuries. Less money in the market. That is going to end. That doesn't mean yet we're going to ease the economy. There's no indication yet of that, but at least we're going to stop getting money really from the system. So macroeconomically, that's a great sign, because typically you go from quantitative tightening to quantitative easing. So we're getting to that flippening point, right? We're getting to that flippening point. So therefore, guys, the macroeconomic point here we're going to make is good. And also what Mr. Giovanni was talking about is open the doors to rate cut. There's one caveat. There's one caveat. We're going to talk about that in a sec, but the government is closed. The government is closed. So unfortunately, guys, we don't get any inflation data. We don't get any job reports. We don't get any economic data because the Bureau of Statistics is closed. It's closed. So Jerome Powell, he has to close his eyes. He has to close his eyes and think, well, yeah, is it a rate cut time? Or is it still... Yeah, I don't know. We don't know. We're currently like a blind shipman. Boatsman. You guys like... where's Pete? You guys like to talk about boats, don't you? No more scam wicks. I don't believe so, sir. Like... there we got Pete. Mr. Boatman. Bit late. No worries, sir. No more scam wicks. So Chipa, I think honestly, like what we have seen for CRO and for other altcoins, this is... Oh, you can't see the screen. This never happened before. I'm not going to say it will never happen again. I'm not going to say that because I cannot promise something like that. And I actually think it will. I think in the future, altcoins will see similar scam wicks. Even though as the market grows, I think we will mature more. And I also want to talk a bit more, guys, about some discussion now about Binance. Some discussion about Binance. But I don't think a scam wick like this is going to play anymore. It's dropping now, though. CRO is currently at about 14,700. 14 cents. 14.7 cents. Guys, Trump Media is at a loss. They bought CRO at 15.3 cents. Didn't think about that, guys. Didn't think about that. Very sold some CRO at 90 cents last year. Bought back at around 8 cents on the Friday crash. Well done. And again, very sold again. And he might buy back in. Good strategy, sir. You made some good money there. Crush is still in profit, but, you know, seeing it bleed like this hurts the soul. There's actually, if, like, Crush, I don't know if you mean this, if you're like you're truly feeling crushed, but if you're emotionally feeling bad due to your investment, something is wrong. Like, probably you're investing too much. I don't know, of course, it's your personal situation, but the only thing is, guys, don't get emotionally too attached to your investment, because as long as you didn't press the sell button, those are just some digits. Digits on the screen, right? We don't call it unrealized profit for a reason. Unrealized profit, guys. You're not seeing profit, unrealized profit. So far, though, 72%. We got 57 votes. We got 40 likes, guys. 150 likes, and then we do the reveal of the price prediction video on next Wednesday. 72% is still in profit, though, with CRO. Thank you so much, Varies. I really appreciate that, sir. Again, though, for anyone thinking I'm the Oracle, I might be an Oracle, but as Binance has shown, Oracles can be broken as well. One of the reasons, guys, for this crazy crash was a non-working Oracle at Binance. They are going to fix it. I might be able to show it to you, by the way, so you can actually see what I'm talking about. Again, guys, oh, I didn't really talk about this anymore, but yeah, maybe a bit. So for anyone just coming in, so this is the gold chart. Gold went to a new all-time high, and it's still, I think it will even set a new all-time high today. The setup is so similar as what we have seen with many other charts. I think maybe even Bitcoin is looking a bit like this. I think you could make the argument that Bitcoin is also a bit like the gold chart. It's a bit of a far stretch, but I think you could make the it's a bit this too far of a stretch. Anyways, what were we talking about? Big Rob has been correct so far. Well done, sir. Well done. Oh yeah, we're talking about USDE. Yeah, I don't know if you guys can even see this. Let's go to the hour chart. Do you see what happened here with this pair? You can see, right? This is always stable. But the thing that killed all the leverage trades on Binance, on a lot of them, or that killed collateral, was the DPEG only on Binance of the USDE USDC pair here. So people were selling their USDE, their Ethena US dollar, for 65 cents on the dollar. Though it was worth more than it was worth $1. So people were basically abusing USDE. This is what partially caused this crazy wick to the downside. It's a good quote, isn't it, Devin? Welcome, good to see you. Strapping, guys. Strapping. Gold is at an all-time high. Don't be too bearish. Don't be too bearish, guys. Majority is still in profit as well. We quickly did a fact check there. When do you think CRO will hit its peak, and when do you think the bear market will start? Well, I'm still of the opinion that we'll see a peak in Q4. However, I think somebody mentioned it as well, is that I can't see it anymore. But somebody was talking about the AMA with Chris. There we go. Chris is mentioning it. According to an earlier AMA, Chris had back in March to hold him accountable next March if investors were not happy about the price of CRO. What that actually means, though, is to be determined. But Chris, the CEO of Crypto.com, told us in that same AMA that he does not believe in a 4-year cycle anymore. That's his opinion. And I think, of course, he has a very biased opinion because he's the CEO of a crypto company that mainly makes money in a bull market. In a bear market, he doesn't sell as much crypto. What we're talking about. Yeah, but I can't show it to you anymore. I think they will peak, give or take, in November. Well, wait a minute. Well, this peak, guys, and again, this is an historic chart, so it might rhyme, not exactly repeat. This is saying December 15th. Just before Christmas. I think that's, like, from a sentiment point of view, kind of makes sense. Pump until late Thanksgiving. I think, guys, pinpointing an exact date that's basically magic. I think the best we can do is, like, ask the A-Ball, dear A-Ball, will CRO peak exactly on the 15th of December? Focus and ask again. What's this? Dear A-Ball, will Cronos peak exactly on the 15th of December? Sometimes I can't see it really. It's hard to see. Chances aren't good. Okay, guys. So no peak exactly on the 15th of December. I do agree with the A-Ball. Like the chance of an exact peak on the 15th are quite slim. X is asking, are we in trouble? It depends. What did you do, John? Am I correct in saying that Bitcoin usually tops first and then altcoins have already exact? So far, guys, if this has been a peak for Bitcoin, we have seen no peak really for altcoins. So that would be a first. That would be a first. And so in that case, CRO would have had a peak before Bitcoin. I'm not buying that one yet. Chris is saying the rate cuts and also the ETF approval should help. Yeah, the ETF and also the treasury companies, guys. Big potential catalyst, really, for the CRO token. And Jay Smith. So Bitcoin could top in November and alt might not run till December. So we still have time for that to happen. Yeah, I think that's exactly the playbook. I think that might be the playbook, really, for Bitcoin. I think this was this the chart? No. Oh well. Again, though, it's no exact science, guys. 4-year cycle is more of a narrative. Q4, though. Also, I find this quite funny. People say, oh, October is a scam. It's more like Scamtober. This is not how it works. So the historic returns are based on the end of the month. The 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 15th, the 16th of October, it doesn't matter. The only thing that truly matters is where is Bitcoin exactly on the 31st at 12 p.m. or 12 I don't know. I think it's p.m. Central time, not Central time, Universal time. Everything else is noise. And why do I say that? Well, guys, take a look how freaking volatile Bitcoin is. Don't forget, we were at an all-time high just a week ago. Oh, okay, a bit longer. 10 days ago. So, where are we in 10 days? I don't know. We could create a new all-time high in 10 days. So you cannot say at this exact point, well, it's no Uptober, it's Scamtober or Fucktober, whatever. You guys are saying crazy things in the chat, I know. Jay Smith is talking about Powell. End of QT is coming soon, therefore it is bullish. Agree, sir. All we need is an agreement which reopens the government and the end of QT. Maybe even that's all we need, right? Like, we don't even need the ETF approvals yet. We just need the news of the government opening up again. And I kind of think the following. So this is maybe right, maybe wrong, I don't know. Maybe right, maybe wrong, I don't know. I think one of the reasons gold is rallying so much is because the government is closed. We might see a reversal of gold. We might see a reversal of gold when the government opens up again. Yes, that's kind of the reason, right? There's no gold. There is no reason to buy US dollars. Or, well, US dollars losing value, that's why we buy gold. Gold is a flight to safety because we don't believe in the system. This is also what Bitcoin should be, but Bitcoin is also a risk asset still. I think when people are going to sell their gold, and I think this is a good, this might be a great target to focus on, about $3,500 because of the historic support and historic resistance there. But if people start to sell their gold, they might want to buy into actual risk assets like Bitcoin. There is still appetite, guys, for investing. There's always a bull market somewhere. There's always a bull market somewhere. It hasn't come yet to CRO, though. Mark is still waiting for 10 cent. I think, well, like what we talked about, I think 11 cent. 11 cent is my personal, like, max pain scenario. If we see Bitcoin drop to about 97k, maybe 10 for a very short minute. But you might be right, Marcus. Of course, no financial advice, guys, as always. Is the CDC app average cost reliable? I don't know. I never trust it myself. Trends is saying, or Peter's saying, well, we might retest this whole big wick in the bear market. That might happen. That might happen. Big Rob is saying we're heading for another 5% drop this week. After that, we might be ready to go up 20 or 30%, or we'll stay stuck the rest of the year. I think you might be right with that 20 to 30%. Like, that's basically what it's expecting here as well. After the lows, I'm honestly, guys, I'm so I'm so happy with this chart because it's so right. The overlay is so right. It's basically, guys, so far bottoming out exactly at this line. The day is not closed yet, though. We have still a few hours left, but so far it's feeling pretty good. Engage your inner Vulcans, guys. Disable emotions. No exchanges I should have sold. No! There is no I should have, Mr. No Exchange. Only an I do. Please. I really mean this. I really mean this to everyone out here. I've been talking about this many times. Create an exit strategy, like now. You should have done it before, but take action. You can go to the exchange. You can do it now. And say, this is my limit order. I'm going to sell at this price. And if it doesn't hit, it doesn't hit. But that's also why typically you have a staggered approach. You sell X at X price. You sell Y at Y price. Right? That's what you typically should do. I get the emotion though, but also no, I don't get the emotion. What we've been talking about, guys. The inner Vulcan. Hey, well, good to see you though, No Exchange. Good to see you guys. I don't mean this in a bad way, right? I don't mean this in a bad way because we have all been there. We have all been there. All. And I think we might still be there sometimes, but take a cold shower. No panic. No panic in the chat. Whoa, you guys are... No worry, no exchange, no worries. Set it and forget it, exactly. What is the CRO Bitcoin ratio we should be tracking? Like 0.000017 seems far away. Why should we consider selling fiat versus Bitcoin? CRO Bitcoin is a good question. I don't know where the number comes from. You're talking about... Is that the previous high? Ah, you're talking about the previous high. So a trophy. I don't think we'll see. I don't think we'll go back to the previous highs. I don't think we'll go back to the previous highs. My base case is that we go to either this level or this level, and I don't know which of the two. I think nobody knows. Hey, welcome, Maxime. Raise his hand in his sentiment of having been there when messing up with my exit strategy plans in the past. That's also, guys, why you shouldn't, like what Devin said, right? Like, it's set and forget. Like, once you set that level, you determine that for a specific reason. You thought about that in a time of probably relative silence, right? You might have thought, well, if I sell X amount at X price, I can buy that dream Ferrari. And then maybe one guy might think, well, but if I, like Devin in the future might think, but wait a minute. If I increase my limit order to a higher sell target, I can't just buy one Ferrari. I can also buy a Ferrari and that beautiful little BMW in the back. But that isn't how it should work, guys. You should think about it like you should take a cold shower and then determine the limit order. What's your personal peak prediction? There's a video on the channel, Is it Chris Cry? No, Chris Cryptic. Chris Your name, sir. It's interesting. So there is a video on the channel. It's members only, though. It's members only. So two options. You can subscribe to the channel. You can see it. So you have to pay $5 a month. You can join our exclusive Discord group as well. Link is in the description down below. And you get early access to all videos. However, there's also a second option. That's a collective effort. If we get 150 likes, last time we tried 200, that's too much. It's feeling bearish, so I get you guys. If we get 150 likes on the video, I will release the price prediction video, like the realistic target. I think Pete liked it. Pete got a gift thanks to I'm bad with names. Thanks to Cliff. So what were we talking about? So if we guys get 150 likes, I will release it next Wednesday. So it's up to you guys. It's up to you. Giovanni's asking, well, so if this chart is going to play out, we are pumping a little bit. Yay! Little pump, guys. Little pump. And I'm glad because Bitcoin is so I've got a few levels I'm watching. Like also 107. We went to 107 here. It's an interesting target due to basically all the trading activity here. So if we get a bounce here, this might be it, right? I mean, it's not like we haven't seen a lot of sell pressure. It's minus 15%. Minus 15% these days for Bitcoin is pretty rough. Pretty rough. Thanks, guys, for all the lovely people pressing the like button. And also, guys, don't forget to strap in. We're getting very close to 10,000 subscribers. I would be going to the moon, really, if we get 10,000 before the end of the year. Yeah, dodgy Binance oracles. Well, dodgy Binance in general, guys. I want to say a few things about this. I want to say a few things about Binance. I know we aren't all, I think, the biggest fans of Binance here. I think it might be even a bit of an understatement. Some people are even very against Binance because, for example, Binance hasn't got the CRO token listed, or Binance is abusing their power for listings. There was one thing though that today I've seen a few things happening. I've seen if you go to crypto Twitter, you see it left and right. You see people talking very badly about Binance. Also sharing photos of deleting their account. That's all fine, right? I mean, if you guys are riled up. There's one thing though which I don't like is that people also from the crypto.com community or CRO fam are now spreading fake news. Some people have been saying that crypto.com is suing Binance due to the malpractices on the 9th of October, 10th of October. That's not actually true. That's not true, guys. And I ask you one thing. It's okay to not like Binance, but we're in one bigger crypto industry. And I think the only true way to truly beat Binance is by outperforming them. It's not by talking bad about them or spreading fake news. Do I like Binance? Well, guys, Binance is literally banned. It is banned from the Netherlands because they couldn't actually do the legal stuff here in the Netherlands. So I'm no fan of Binance. They are not doing the legal things required to actually operate here. Did I mean though I didn't have a Binance account before? I had a Binance account before. I still have some BNB. It's okay to use multiple. I even recommend to get multiple exchanges here. Just I'm a bit of on a tangent here, guys. But please, one thing: don't spread fake news. Don't spread fake news. Peter saying, I still haven't forgiven CZ for his bad mouthing crypto.com back in. That's a fair point. That's a fair point. CZ officially isn't the CEO of Binance anymore. True that. But the thing is, Pete, I think we're better. I think we're better than that. Barry is saying Binance is also banned in Canada. You guys got so many good questions. I'm just picking the right ones because, guys, unfortunately, the time is running out. We typically have a 1 hour live stream. When do you think CRO will peak? Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about that one. I'm to say that Baron, but it's bear market begin. I think that's debatable, already. I think it's debatable that the bear market has begun. As I mentioned before, we can't sell the hide before we have shot the bear. Literally. I think we still have to shoot the bear. No, but again, the 50 week, guys, is it about 100k? As long as we're above the 50 week, it's still bull market. For you, Audi, it's this line. Bounce. Is that a bounce? Maybe it's a bounce. I might want to see one more wick here, guys. That's the scenario I want to see again. I want to see a full wick, maybe even a bit below. Back to about 102. That would be the best, I think the best thing for crypto. Get all the pain out now. As we're talking, ladies and gentlemen, gold has set a new all-time high. We started the stream by talking about gold, and gold is even going higher and higher and higher. I think it hasn't gone this high yet, though. No. I think we have to start a gold channel. Ay, gold. Yeah, Peter's saying gold at an all-time high. Stocks close to all-time high. Fed close to bringing QE. What's not to like? I mean, it's the perfect recipe, right, for a perfect Bitcoin cake. Bitcoin altcoin cake. There's no crying in a casino. So, Audie, if you have this opinion, it's all fine. There's no sorries here. BDG saying, so can we have more black swans if we have more stable coins? If they are not backed 1-to-1? No. So the thing, yeah, it's a good question, actually. It's a good question you're asking here. The issue, VDG, was that Binance made a mistake. Binance was only following the spot market of the USDE token that depegged. If Binance didn't do that, they also had different oracles. So oracles are the things that track prices. If they also track the price on chain and in different markets, then this wouldn't have happened. This was a vulnerability that people abused. They made $200 million by abusing this mistake here. And not just this, we also had the same issue with Binance Solana and also with a different stablecoin, or different wrapped asset. This really ruined it. And the thing is, this can happen again, VDG. There will always be vulnerabilities that people might want to abuse. I think that we learned a lesson from this one. I do believe we learned a lesson from this one. I hope Binance learned a lesson. I hope the industry learned a lesson from this. So we can prevent this going forward. Can we prevent all vulnerabilities? Can we prevent wash trade? Can we, you know, crypto is still the wild west. It still is. So it is super dangerous, guys. It is super dangerous to invest into crypto, but it's also a potential very rewarding journey. Potentially, right? Because we asked the question in the beginning of the stream, are you in profit? Are you in profit? In the poll, we got 90 votes. 90 votes, guys. 76% is in profit with CRO. 76%. And I can tell you one thing. I bought my majority of CRO not at 40 cents. Not at 10 cents. I bought the majority like at 5 to 7 cents. But also, you know, a few fluffs here and there. So probably I made a lot more money than by investing into gold. So if I sold now, if I sell now, I would have made more money with gold than with gold. However, the issue, guys, as I told before, oh, Jesus Christ, it's going crazy, gold. As we're talking, gold is up another... Jeez, it's happening live. Are you going to be Warren Buffett with your CRO holdings? Do you have a long-term plan? I do have a plan, Varys. I wanna get rid of my CRO when the time comes. This is more fun than an altcoin now. Who's buying all the gold? But I do have a plan also to... I've always said I don't want to create like a crypto coin, but I might want to start a crypto company. Fingers crossed. We need to make some profit first, though. No. Yeah, CRO going to... Guys, if we follow a similar pattern as what we have shown here on the screen, this would be an early Christmas gift. October. Ay. Is Trump talking now? Did I miss anything, Björn? Did I miss anything regarding Trump? Is that the reason? Is that the reason why gold was pumping so much? Did Trump say something? Nice, Maxime. Sold 50k euros at 40 cents CRO. Needed for my loan. That's crazy, man. If you change your life like this, it's absolutely amazing. Come on, guys. Like the videos and we can get the price prediction. Just do it. And just do it. There are quite a few many people watching now, so you guys can do it. Where do Binance users mainly come from? I do believe the majority is in Asia, but also quite a healthy European user base in some European countries. It's just going, guys. It's honestly crazy to see this happening now to gold. Gold is typically the stable asset. Huh? Ay. Will is asking, can we now go up based on the fractal? Almost. Will, almost. I would say, today's Wednesday. It is saying here, well, tomorrow will be Thursday. Today's Thursday, by the way. Thursday, Friday. I have a hard time seeing it recover in the weekend. So maybe let's say next Monday. I would say next month. Let's take a talk about it next Monday. Why is Binance so popular for you? Oh, I can't use Binance. The Gold Baron, I like it. And the golden BMW. The Karat. Is that like, that's gold, isn't it? There's a track gold. At this rate, gold is tomorrow at almost 4,500. It was when I last looked at it, it was at about 4,250. So it's honestly getting quite crazy. Anyone just joining in, gold is doing things we haven't seen before. Baron Capital. Baron Treasury. Guys, I can say one thing though. There is only one asset that's the best asset in the world. That's no financial advice. It's not gold. It's CRO. There is no second best, guys. There is no second best. And on that end, it's been more than an hour, guys. So I would like to ask you guys to strap in. Final word, by the way. I did an interview. I don't know if you've seen the video. There was a different channel called The Coin Zone. They recently did a video talking about the Trump deal. They asked me to do an interview. I did it. So I think next Wednesday or the week after that, we will see the interview go live. I will make sure you have a link to it as well. It's on the Coin Zone. You can check it out. I should still ask also the Crypto Report and Oscar to do an interview. Anything else? Today it's Thursday. Tomorrow new video. Saturday new video. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the DEX integration. I think it's bigger than you probably imagine. Anything else? I don't know. You guys got some questions? Yeah, hit the like button because where are we? How many likes do we have so far? 58. That's not enough, I think, for the... We still have a few hours left, guys. So, welcome, Luke, by the way. So apparently, according to Luke, Trump had a conversation with China 1 hour ago. 64. You guys, this is going in the right direction. We're halfway there. Typically, after the stream ends, we get a few more likes as well. So let's see. Let's see, guys. I'll talk to you Sunday again. Let's see if the CRO price did recover. Because on Sunday, according to this chart at least, we should be a lot higher. On Sunday, we should be back at 16 cents. Let's see, though. Thank you so much, though, guys. It was a good stream. I enjoyed it. So let's have a talk on Sunday. Bye-bye.